In the previous video, we have learned how to read a JSON file in Python. And honestly, for basic projects, this code works perfectly fine, where we open a file and we use json.load to read the JSON file. But here is a problem. This is not how JSON handling works in real life applications, because there could be multiple problems in the real software, and the real software could be messy. These problems includes file goes missing, API returns broken responses, keys suddenly disappears, encoding failures, and sometimes your entire application crashes because one comma was missing inside the JSON file. And this is exactly where most beginner Python code falls apart. So in this video tutorial, we are going to show you how experienced developers actually think while handling JSON, and we are also going to cover some common mistakes that most tutorials completely miss. Now let's quickly jump to the Visual Studio Code screen and let's discuss about the biggest mistake beginners make is by making an assumption that the data is always correct. Now here, if you look at the code, it looks fine. But this code makes an assumption that the file already exists, the JSON is valid, and for example, the keys or the name key is always present. However, real world applications never makes these assumptions because external data is unpredictable, and senior developers learn this lesson very quickly. Now for example, here we are making an assumption that our file name is data.json. Let me quickly rename this file to user_data. Now if I try to run this code, here you can see we get the FileNotFoundError, and here your application crashes instantly. So instead of making an assumption, let's handle this properly using try except block. So let me add a try block here, and I will also add an except block, and in the except block let's handle this FileNotFoundError, and let's have a proper message stating that JSON file not found. Just by adding this try except block, we are handling the exception properly. Now if we run this code, you can see instead of crashing, your application is now returning a proper message. Let me quickly fix the file name in my code as well so that we can discuss the further example. Now your application becomes much safer. This is the key difference between the demo code and the production ready code. Another huge problem is broken JSON. So for example, in the JSON file, if I put an extra comma here, the last, this breaks the JSON file. Now if I run the code, you can see again our application crashes. This extra comma at the end makes the JSON invalid, and this happens surprisingly often in the real projects, especially when humans manually edit config files, API returns corrupted responses, or data pipelines fails unexpectedly. So how professionals handle this? Professionals never trust JSON blindly. Let's add another exception block to handle this issue. So I will put except, and then we are going to use JSON exception. So JSON.JSONDecodeError. Now let's have a proper message stating invalid JSON format. Now if we run this code again, we get the proper error message. Now let's talk about one of the most common JSON mistakes, which is the key error. So let me quickly come to the JSON file. Let's clear this and let's have a simple JSON. So for example, I have one JSON where I have users, and in this users I have a user name, for example Alex. Now in the code, if I add users and then the name, this code will work absolutely fine. But what if the key name here is user instead of users? one small change in the JSON and your code will again crash. It will throw an key error. So how professional developer actually handle this? We are going to take the data, then let's use get. So by using get we can fetch that specific key. However, even if we have put it a key which does not exist, we can have an option of returning empty data as well. So for example, in my JSON I have user and in the user I have name, but here I am looking for users. But what if users does not exist? It is going to return empty set. Let's quickly run this, and here you can see I got the empty set. Now if I put the correct name, it will return the actual data. And again, if I want to fetch the name, I can put another get method here and then look for name. And if I run this code, it runs successfully. So now your application becomes far more resilient. This small pattern prevents countless crashes in the real system. So with this, we have come to the end of this tutorial. And honestly, this video isn't really about JSON. It's about how experienced developers think. Beginners usually write code assuming that everything will work. However, professionals write code assuming that something will eventually fail. And this mindset changes everything. So next time you work with JSON in Python, don't just ask, does my code work? Ask, will this code survive real world problem? Because that is what separates tutorial level coding from professional software development. So if you enjoy this style of practical Python content, subscribe, because next we are going to cover more Python mistakes most developers don't even realize they are making. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any suggestion, you can pin down that suggestion in the comment box. Also, you can email us at the given email ID. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will meet you in the next one.